So we just made some predictions using our analogy of what we thought was happening. And I love the way we were using evidence. I heard Amy talking about how she remembered that there was change, and one of the analogies didn't really show change. And I remembered you talking about how you were really thinking about the amount of change over time. So we want to see, can we do something that can help us get a better idea of how is the land really interacting with the water. We have this analogy that we're making some predictions about what we think, but now we're going to have a physical model. We're going to make a physical model so we can see and actually see how the water and the land are interacting. Now when we do this, we want to look at, if we think about Belle Isle, or we think about that place that's far away, is the land all shaped exactly the same way all over Belle Isle? Or those other pictures that we saw, was the land shaped exactly the same way everywhere we looked? Oh, there were differences, right? And we call those differences in the way that land is shaped landforms. So we're going to look at some landforms, because what you're going to be doing is you're going to be building a physical model, a model using sand and a tray like this of those different landforms, those different shapes that we could possibly see right on Belle Isle, or if we went to California, right out there in California. And we're going to look at and make a model where we can actually see what happens when the water interacts with those different shapes of land. So each of your groups is going to have a different landform that you are going to be investigating. So one of those landforms we can see right here, and this is called a gorge. And you'll notice that there's deep spaces between the cliffs. Another landform that we have is a cliff. And so this is a picture of a cliff. So that means in your stream table, in your pan and your sand, you're going to be building something that looks like this. So you want to notice how it has high flat sides and on the top that go nearly vertical, and then it's flat on the top. This is another landform that one group may be looking at. This is called a delta. So what you want to notice about this one is that we have huge deposits of land out here, and then that there is a river that's running all the way out to the ocean here. So you want to make sure that when you're developing yours, you have your large body of water, this ocean or sea, and then you have a river that you've developed, and you've got land fanning out from the river. This is a dune. Now, a dune is made up of loose sand, so you want to make sure that when you're building yours, yours is going to look like this hill made out of loose sand. This particular one is a gully, and you can see that we've got lots of trees around here, and we see that it's not as steep as a gorge, but it still has that idea of looking like a valley, but much smaller, and it's cut into the land. And then here we have a meandering river. So this brown color that you see here, this is the river, and we can see that it is bending and meandering, and it has these loose curves. And so that's what you want to make when you're going into making your landform. And then we have also a valley, and we can see that there's a low place, and then there are high mountains on each side, and that we have, difficult to see, but there's a river flowing through between those mountains. Okay, so in order to make a prediction, we're going to ask you to first draw a picture of what your landform looks like. So you're going to draw a diagram of your landform, and we're going to give you printouts of those pictures so that you have that to look at. And then you're going to make a prediction with a drawing of what do you think it's going to look like after it interacts with water, after we add water to the system. Then you're going to get a chance to go and investigate it with your stream table, and then we will be making another drawing to show what really happened. So you are going to take a sheet of paper, we have some big poster paper, and you're going to separate it into 3 parts. One is a picture of your landform. The next one is a picture of your prediction of what your landform is going to look like once it interacts with water, once you add water to the system. And then after you investigate it, you're going to show your results here and draw a picture of what it actually looked like.